see out there tonight?
I liked our game tonight. I thought, it was a pretty complete game for us, like checking wise. Early in the game, Dustin was excellent. I thought he made some great saves for us early on. And our penalty kill came through for us early too, which could have been the difference in the game for sure tonight, but they did a really good job.
That first period would be tough to bounce back from. You got a lot of guys that play special teams and some guys that don't, and how do you get like the second and third in terms of ice time and usage?
Yeah, it's hard on a lot of players. Like some guys overplay. Like I think Michael's ice was up higher than it's been for the majority part of the year. There's an example of one guy probably playing too much, and then you have some other guys that don't kill penalties that I think Naz played 3 minutes in the first period. He was in the box for 4 of those minutes, but 8 minutes in penalties in one period is not a great thing to get your bench into the game.
What's been working for the penalty kill lately? It seems like they've been good at coming out with key kills at the right time.
Yep, goalie, number one. They, I should say, are making saves on our penalty kill right now, and then I think they've done a much better job of being aggressive together. So they look more comfortable with it now. So they're moving the way they should be moving, and there's more aggression to it.
Beecher fit in nicely on it.
That's been the one area where I feel like he's really stood out since he's come with us is his role on the penalty kill. And tonight there's some face-offs that he did a good job while we were shorthanded with. Sometimes you just need something to grab hold of, and I feel like that's what he's trying to grab hold of to get his game 5-on-5 going as well.
With him.
Dustin's been a guy early in his career who gets pulled in his last start. His next one's usually been pretty darn good. What's that maybe tell you about the character of a goalie or whatever it might be?
I think it maybe shows the competitive side to the player again, but I mean he's always that way, in my opinion anyways. I think this time on the road gave him an opportunity actually to dial some parts of his game in a little bit with Jason, and I think he did a very good job of that. And the last day or two of it, you could tell he was a little bit fiery and he wanted to get back in the net again, which is a great sign. And I said this morning, I think when you have two goaltenders that are playing well, they feed off of each other. That's what Minnesota's had with their guys, and our belief is that we're going to get that way with ours.
If you just saw the replay of the finish by Connor Zare, you probably wouldn't guess that's a guy with 3 goals this season. Have you seen his confidence start to grow a little of late?
Yeah, for sure. Like this was his best game tonight for me. Like he looked like he was skating again and playing the game at the pace where he's capable of playing it at. When he gets chances like that, he finishes them. So usually when there's someone in tight like that, Connor, I feel pretty good that he's going to score. And I know for players like Connor, he wants to generate more than he has. And I think when you have a night like tonight, I think it'll allow him to feel pretty good about himself when he leaves the rink, and it gives him something to really build on here moving forward.
Kind of the same thing with Huberdeau. He'd been on a bit of a goal drought. Just to see him tonight, did it kind of just feel like that was only a matter of time based on the chances he'd been getting?
Yeah, like we talked about that this morning as well. Like you're concerned when a player that should be scoring for you stops getting chances. That's when you get concerned. But Jonathan's been having chances, so eventually they're going to go in. We talked a lot about Joel Farabee early this year. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. But all of a sudden, bang, 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 he's scoring goals. I think it was 4 and 5 or whatever he had. So if you stay with it and you do it the right way, or if you play the game the right way and you go to the net hard, you're going to get rewarded. And Jonathan's been around the net. So for me, it's just a matter of time before they start going more often as well.
On that goal, it felt notable. Like it was just unsurprising that it was Rasmus who sort of, created it. Not out of nothing, but he was the guy who stepped up. Just how high level is he playing at right now?
Best I've seen him in a long time. Like I thought Raz was really good when he was younger. Like the plays that he was making when he first came up to try to establish himself as an NHL defenseman, he showed something different from the other guys that we had. He's been asked to play all sorts of different roles over the years with us, but this probably, when you look at the entire package, I think is probably the best I've seen him play.
Just to go back to Beecher really, really quickly, like I feel, how do you evaluate a guy like that? Like he's pretty much, I can't imagine he's settled in Calgary at all. He's pretty much been on the road since the day you guys acquired him.
Yeah.
Like it must have been a whirlwind in his head. Like how do you evaluate him at this point, and when can you sort of expect him to be settled?
Evaluate him the same way as we evaluate all of our players. Like he's been around long enough to understand how we want to play and what we look for out of him. So it's just a matter of going out and doing it and have the confidence and the, being comfortable knowing that you can play your game here. That's the biggest thing for him. I think he's been around our guys long enough that he's comfortable with them. He'll get used to the city soon enough. I mean, we're here for a lot of December, which is nice.
Were you like everybody else? You had to look up and see how Wolf saved that one late in the second period?
I didn't even really see it. I was looking down. Sometimes, I get a glare on it, so I don't know if it was off his foot to start with and hit a stick and bounced out, so I'm not actually quite sure how he saved it, but I'll watch it later tonight.
I know you mentioned Backlund's ice time. He kind of starts to play, obviously, the results in the Zary goal. Is that a guy who's maybe getting enough attention for what he's done for your group this season?
Bax? Yeah. He is one guy that I feel like is now up to speed. Early in the year, he wasn't kind of his normal self, in my opinion. Still did a lot of things really well, things that as a coach you appreciate. But lately, I feel like the competitive side of his game, the pace he's playing it at, and the way he's got confidence and handling the puck, I think he's been one of our better players over this last run of games that we've had.